will the deposits in every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of their size, be fully insured now? Are they fully recovered? Every bank, every community bank in Oklahoma, regardless of the size of the deposit, will they get the same treatment that SVBP just got or Signature Bank just got?
A bank only gets that treatment if a majority of the FDIC board, a supermajority of the Fed board, and I, in consultation with the president, determine that the failure to protect uninsured depositors would create systemic risk and significant economic and financial consequences.
So what is your
we
plan?
made that determination.
Right. So what is your plan to keep large depositors from moving their funds out of community banks into the big banks? We have seen the mergers of banks over the past decade. I'm concerned you're about to accelerate that by encouraging anyone who has a large deposit in a community bank to say, we're not going to make you whole, but if you go to one of our preferred banks, we will make you whole at that point.
Look, I mean, that's certainly not something that we're encouraging.
That is happening right now.
That is happening because depositors are concerned about the bank failures that have happened and whether or not other banks could also
No, it's happening
and
because you're fully insured no matter what the amount is. If you're in a big bank, you're not fully insured if you're in a community bank.
Well, you're not fully insured. And
you were at Signature, and it just barely met that threshold. You were at Signature.
Well, we felt that there was a serious risk of contagion that could have brought down and triggered runs on many banks. And that's something, given that our judgment is that the banking system overall is safe and sound, depositors should have confidence in the system, and we took these actions.
So there's a special assessment that's been done on community banks in my state and all banks across the country. Was there any discussion that that special assessment would only apply to the larger banks, or was it always assumed the special assessment would cover every bank, including rural banks in my state?
I think I'm not certain what the rules are around that. That's for the FDIC to determine.
It has been reported publicly that SVB had a large number of Chinese investors that are there, including some that were companies directly connected to the Chinese Communist Party. Will those individuals, companies, entities, and investors that are Chinese investors be made whole based on assessments in my banks in Oklahoma? So what I'm asking is, will my banks in Oklahoma pay a special assessment to be able to make Chinese investors whole from Silicon Valley Bank?
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And oh, yes, we're going to finish that exchange. That was none other than the Treasury Secretary Yellen with Senator Lankford of Oklahoma, highlighting just how the Fed destroyed the U.S. community banking system almost overnight. And John Deaton is right. It's probably the best advertisement for Bitcoin. Okay, let's continue.
Uninsured investors will be made whole in that bank, and I suppose that could include foreign depositors, but I don't believe there's any legal basis to discriminate among uninsured.
I get it, but I'm just saying my community banks are going to pay this additional fee. It is always fascinating to me as well, the conversation that taxpayers are being made whole in this, that taxpayers are not going to have any kind of consequence on this. I'm sure my bankers are going to be very excited to know they no longer pay taxes.
Yesterday, I tweeted out to keep your eye on First Republic Bank. It had fallen 34% in pre-market trading after it had already slumped 21%. The news of this bank had things a little shaky this morning in Asia when it opened up for trading. But things rebounded after the First Republic Bank was rescued with a lifeline. a big rescue from a group of America's largest banks, 11 of them. A rescue from a group of America's largest banks. JP Morgan, Citi, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, just to name a few. They made this unprecedented move to restore confidence. $30 billion in total. Remember, the banking system and fiat is 100% a confidence game. Right now, it's very fragile. The Federal Reserve rate decision is next week. What do you think? Will we see a raise, or will we see a pause? Or what do you think? Maybe it's still too early to tell based on these smaller banks currently walking on a tightrope. Let me shift gears a little bit and jump over to Tony's channel, which is Thinking Crypto. He had Paul Grewal on. He's the chief legal officer for Coinbase, and they discussed the relisting of XRP. Have a listen.
The ruling from the judges in favor of Ripple, will Coinbase then say, make the assessment, you know what? It looks like things are moving in the direction of XRP and Ripple and so forth. Relist XRP or restart trading?
It's possible. It would all, of course, depend upon the basis for the ruling, the judge's legal reasoning, our assessment of whether or not an appeals court would affirm that decision. So a lot's going to depend on the particulars of how that court rules. I know that's not going to be terribly satisfying to some, but we do have a responsibility as a publicly listed company to tread carefully in this area and with respect to any token that's the subject of federal court litigation. But I'm very, very eager, as much as anyone else, to see how the court rules. And what I can say is, as soon as we have that ruling, we will put it into our process to see if we need to revisit our listing decision.
Allow me to shift again. Yeah, this is a message that is quite important. There is a press release that came out today that Ripple partners with the Blockchain Founders Fund to accelerate Web3 adoption. But first and foremost, I want to concentrate on how Ripple is beginning to describe themselves. This is the About Ripple in the press release.
Ripple is a crypto solutions company that transforms how the world moves, manages and tokenizes value. Ripple's business solutions are faster, more transparent, and more cost-effective, solving inefficiencies that have long defined the status quo. And together with partners and the larger developer community, we identify use cases where crypto technology will inspire new business models and create opportunity for more people. With every solution, we're realizing a more sustainable global economy and planet, increasing access to inclusive and scalable financial systems while leveraging carbon-neutral blockchain technology and a green digital asset, XRP. This is how we deliver on our mission to build crypto solutions for a world without economic borders.
Clearly, an evident change. They have made the strategic investment to jumpstart projects in Web3. One mentioned is the AI State Machine, or ASM, under Futureverse. I hope you saw my video with the co-founder of Futureverse last Friday, Aaron McDonald. He's also the chairman of ASM. This is about retail adoption of Web3. There was no mention of payments. Did you notice? Surely these projects built for the masses have financial ecosystems. It's a way to open the back door to facilitate that, just as they are doing with Futureverse and their partnership with MasterCard. My point is, it's time we start paying attention to who is building on the XRP ledger. ODL is great, but as we've seen, the circulating supply, well, it's going to take a whole lot more than ODL to make an impact. I'd love to see all the XRP holders rattle off the use cases that utilize the digital asset XRP outside of ODL. Here's a sneak peek of a video that I recorded last night with the co-founder of XP Market, Dr. Artur Kirjakulov. He told me that we realized we do not actually see what projects are being built on top of the XRP ledger. Well, he and his team are solving that. Have a listen.
So my name is Arthur. I am the CEO and co-founder of XP Market. We are a team of 3 people, and we are building this incredible platform. And when we came across XRP Ledger, we were looking at the ecosystem in general. We tried to figure out what's there on the market on XRPL, how we can utilize it, what are technical capabilities. And once we started digging, we realized that we do not actually see what projects are being built on top of XRP Ledger. And hence we created a very simple tool. In first case, it was very simple, which showed us the whole ecosystem. We could see every single project being created on XRP Ledger, and we could evaluate it according to the market cap. As we grow, we have more and more features being built on top of it. And now we try to give you a quick overview of what you can do. We normally try to describe or break down into 3 different categories. So data aggregation and analytics, then decentralized finance, and portfolio management. So when we talk about the tokens, we do it similar to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko style, but we do not rely on centralized solutions. We take all the data from the on-chain. So we analyze the blockchain, we take the blocks, we see what's happening, we map it, and then we present this data in easy to understand way. The price of the token changes in 24 hours and 7 days, market capitalization, number of holders, trust lines, volume on the decentralized exchange, total volume combined with centralized exchanges, and amount of Twitter followers. And we believe these are key metrics that most of the community members are looking for. Another tool that we really like about NFTs is the Explorer. This is where you can see most liked or most traded NFTs. You can find anything you want. And out of 800,000 NFTs on XRP Ledger, we currently have 45,000 NFTs for immediate purchase, which is really great and healthy number compared to the whole ecosystem of the NFTs. But then we can go into the weekly volume, and we can see that in a week or for the past 7 days, Xpecter has been leading the trading interest, while Lego Expanse were a little bit behind. And it gives you a very good overview of how the dynamics change, what are the market leaders, where the interest is, and hence you can also make some decisions based on that.
All right, everybody, we're jumping to the fluff. Yeah, it is officially cherry blossom season here. It was announced on the 14th, and the blossoms are looking like this. This is a shot from the Meguro River. This is the river that is closest to my home, and it's the one that I visit. And I promise to bring you some pictures from there over the next couple of days. I wanted to share just a couple of pictures with you to show off the beauty of this season. Here's the most beautiful dessert I could find. Yeah, those are real flakes of silver on top. Here's an arrangement I thought was very nice. And in Kyoto, there's a salon that has really gone over the top. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.